Alright, what is going on YouTube? Today I'm bringing you guys a story or a commentary or whatever you want to call it. Today this commentary will be over some Black Ops 3 gameplay in the background. This gameplay is from a friend of mine's YouTube channel, Fresh King 21888. This is one of his live streams. Me and him, we were playing shotgun battle. I'm on the bottom, he's on the top. And yeah, right now I'm pretty much destroying him, and that's how it goes. I mean, can't nobody beat me. So yeah. So this story is gonna be about my first fight. This story has just ran across in my mind just randomly, and I was like, this is a weird story, and it's like I got to share it with y'all. So yeah. So I was in the first grade when this fight happened. I don't know if this is my first fight, but this is the one that I really remember, or the one that really just came across. So since it happened such a long time ago, might as well call it my first fight. So in first grade, I went to the school, Townsend Street School, whatever you want to. Yeah, it was Townsend Street School, and it was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I grew up there most of my life. I was born there. That's where I'm from. And I lived there for the past 12 years of my life. Then I moved to Texas. But hey, that's not the point. So yeah, so I used to hang out with these 3 guys. Well, actually 5 guys, but 2 of the guys moved from the school. So might as well not even bring those guys up. But the 3 guys were Armani and Marlon. And I don't know what Armani's brother's name was. It's like I can't just get it. I don't know if it was Cameron or Kamarion. I just can't get it off out of my head for some reason. I can't get it in there. I can't remember the name. So that's besides the point. So me and Marlon, we were pretty cool. This was back in my days when I was into anime. I'm still in kind of like that, Naruto. But me and him, we would talk about Dragon Ball Z a lot. And me and Marlon, we was on the cool level. But Armani, he wasn't on that. He was like, how could I explain? It was like he was kind of, what's that word? It was like he was gay, but not gay. It was like he would do girl things, but not like girl things like do his hair and this and that, and put lipstick on or whatever. But it was like he was kind of on that type of thing. And I don't know why I hung out with him, but he was a pretty funny dude. I mean, yeah, it was like he would try to change his ways when he get around me and Marlon. But Marlon and Armani, they were a lot closer than me and Marlon were. I mean, they would like do things on their own time that I didn't really care about. But yeah, so for some reason I would try so hard to be these guys' friends, and that was when I was a lot younger. I don't know why, but I just needed people around me. Now I don't need people around me. So I don't need people around me. I'm like really a chill person. Back then I was like all angry and I needed friends and stuff, and I don't even know why, but I was like, if I can go back, I would beat my own self up. Like, you don't need these niggas at all. So yeah, so it was a snowy day, and I was kind of already angry because boots is not a thing that I like to wear. I don't care if it's Nike boots, Timberlands, any other boots. I don't like boots. Boots is just not a style that I wear, and if you know me, you know why. It's just boots are ugly. Like, I like the colorway of some of the boots, but that don't mean I like them to where I wear them. Like, I don't like them. And I was already mad, so I show up to school with these guys. They're asking me questions. They're like, what's wrong with you? Marlon or Armani are asking me stuff, and I'm like, it ain't nothing. I mean, I just don't want to wear these boots. And they was like, oh, you being a little crybaby about them or whatever. I was like, whatever. So Armani, not Armani, Marlon, he starts to leave me alone about it. But Armani, he's like keep picking at me with it. He's like, oh, you a crybaby, boot wearing nigga, this and that. And I'm like, dog. He's like, I'm just the way he's not talking the way that I'm sounding. He's talking like, moving his hand and bobbing his neck. I'm like, you are really really gay. And it was like, I just let him keep talking, but at a young age, I was very angry, so that talking didn't last too long. I got very mad, and there was this one guy named Ethan, and he looked at like one of those, what's those things, like a gorilla, like a silverback gorilla, and he was like trying to butt in, and we was like in gym at this time, and I'm like trying to hoop or whatever, and they're still talking to me, so you know, I just got heated, and Ethan, he was like trying to butt in. He was like, yeah, nigga, you old boot wearing nigga. He was like this and that, and I'm like, wow. So I was just like, when I used to fight as a kid, I used to cry, and I was like I said, if I go back and beat myself up, I would. It's like, why are you crying during you fighting? It wasn't because I was getting hurt. It was because I was getting heated. So it was like, I was like, we just started fighting, like out of nowhere. He pushed me and I just started whooping on him. I like flipped him over like a UFC fighter, like grabbed him around the neck and flipped him over. And I was like punching on his head, and then he was like blocking or whatever, right? So it was like, he got like all the girls picked them all up and everything. After we got done fighting, the gym teacher got me off of him and took me in the other room. And we go to the office, and of course, you know what happened? I get suspended. End of the story, right? No. So I stay at school for the rest of the day, and it's time to go home. You know, the whole class, I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. They didn't decide to separate us. This is how stupid this school is. It's like, I remember one time me and a guy fought so much, they ended up sitting us right by each other until we became friends. I was like, what? Like, that's how stupid this school is. It was like really, really dumb. But that's another story for another time. So yeah, so me and him were looking at each other, and I'm like, I'm giving that a look like I'm finna whoop on you again, bro, right after school. So he rides the bus, and you know, it's time to go. Bell ring. The teacher's like, get on up out of here. She lets me go last, and she let everybody else go. And then, you know, he's sitting there. When she releases me, we go out there, and it's snowing. You know, I got my coat on, and then she releases me. Bam. So I'm up out of there, and he's sitting there waiting. I'm like, this dude rides the bus. This nigga's gonna end up walking home. But he didn't want to fight me, cause I was like, I was waiting. I was like, say something to me. I was looking at him. I just stopped. I didn't say anything. And then Armani, he was standing there too. And Marlon, he was standing there too, and I'm like, what? I'm like really confused. I'm like, why is these niggas hanging with this nigga? So I'm like, what, y'all turned on me or something? And Marlon look at me, he like, nah, I'm just seeing what's finna happen, right? I'm like, nah, y'all niggas done turned on me. But I mean, Marlon, he kept to his word. He didn't do anything. He was standing there. But Armani, he was on some sneaky stuff. I'm like, well, what about you? What, you want something? You're like, what, you want these hands too? He like, no. So I'm like, all right then, get up out my face. So he was like, you know what? Yeah, I want these hands. I'm like, I thought we was cool, but okay. So I take my coat off, and I'm like, what's up? And I didn't know, it was like this really steep hill behind the stair set in front of the school, and I didn't see his brother down there. And his brother was lurking on me. He was just waiting for me to swing. And me and Armani, we start fighting. I took off my coat, we just started fighting. I ain't giving no pushes, no nothing. We started fighting, and I was just beating him down. And we on the ground, we fighting each other, and then his brother come up, and he started hitting me. And I'm like still swinging on Armani, and I'm looking up, and I'm like, hold on. So I get up, Armani's still on the ground, and I start fighting his brother. So it's basically 2-on-1 right now. Ethan, he ain't doing nothing. He's standing there, you know, he ain't want no hands. And Marlon's standing there too, which wasn't a friend move. He was supposed to jump in, but I guess they was closer than it was. But I don't even talk to them niggas no more, so it doesn't matter. But, you know, his brother, he started trying to fight me. Well, he was fighting me. Yeah, he was fighting me. And he was like punching me on my head, so I get up and I start beating on him too. And I'm not making the story sound like I'm just winning, you know. He like punches me in my nose and I start leaking or whatever, and I'm like, wow. Like in my mind, I'm not even thinking about beating them. I'm like, I'm leaking now, so I'm basically losing the fight. If I let them, you know, if I let them walk away with this, I'm gonna be the nigga that beat another nigga up and then get beat up by one nigga and his brother. So I gotta keep it going. So I go back. I had them Timberland boots, and it was some ice outside because it was a snowing day. So I push his brother while he's still fighting on me or whatever. I'm swinging back, then I push him off, and I turn around, and Armani's still on the ground, and I kick him, and then I turn back around, start fighting the brother again, and I slip on ice, but I hold on to his brother, so he falls with me. So we both fall, and I turn over, and I'm on top, and he on bottom, and I just start punching him. Like, I'm just punching him in his eye. I'm punching with both arms. I'm just going ham, and then I punch him in his nose, and I was like, why is he not leaking? Like, he wasn't leaking. And then, the teachers, we were fighting like for 5 minutes straight, and the teachers, they come in, they're like, hey, stop, so they get us all off. And then when he stand up, he start leaking, and in my head I got excited right away. I was like, yes. I was like, that nigga leaking, his brother's still on the ground, I win. And after that, it's like 8th graders. My elementary school went up to K4 to 8th grade, and 7th and 8th graders, they coming up to me, they like, oh, you fought, they all gathered around me, they like, you fought 2 niggas at the same time, that's what's up. They like all pat me on the back or whatever, and they take us to the office. So I was already suspended for 2 days for fighting Ethan, so now so then they suspend me again. They suspended me for 3 more days, and they was telling us to write out our statement. Like, why can't we just tell you in words? You want us to write out a statement, and that really makes me mad. And my grandma, she was there to pick me up, and she told them, she was like, no, he don't need to write a statement. Y'all suspend him, y'all bring him up out of there right now, or else y'all gonna take him home. And they sent me out of there so fast. As soon as she said that, I was already in the car. So yeah, that was pretty that was crazy. Yeah, so after that, a few years later, me and Marlon, and we lose touch. I move away to Texas. I don't know where he is now. Armani, I don't know where he is. I don't know where his brother is. I don't know where none of those guys are anymore. Even when I go back to Wisconsin, for holidays and the summer and stuff like that, I never see those guys. Those guys just went totally ghost. And yeah. So if you like this story or like this commentary, you want me to do anything else like this again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Make sure you check out all of my last edits and last videos. Some of the links to my videos will be in the description box below. First King 21888 YouTube channel will be in the description box below. And make sure you follow my Instagram at 95infinity. And yeah, so this is your man with the right broken hand. Not really broken, but sprained. This is DJ the Skateboarder. I'm out. Peace.